Hey guys, Tom Logan back with another video for you, and today, or in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the reference OEM, whatever you want to call it, ATI AMD 6990, so the dual GPU Antilles version. I've got it on the side by the side of me now. I'm going to give you a few specs and stuff, a little bit of a rundown, and then we'll go into look at the card up close. See the card in all its nudity as well, see what's hiding underneath those heat sinks. And then we'll do some benchmarking and gameplay, and then right at the end I will give you my honest opinion as well, and it is going to be honest straight down the line as well. And I'll give you a few specs. I've printed them out because I can never remember everything, and rather than looking at the side of the camera pretending I can remember it, I'd rather just tell you that I've printed it out. So anyway, right. There's a BIOS switch. There's two switches, and number 2 is kind of the factory setting, the one that it gets sent out with, and that's 830 megahertz. If you flick it over to number 1, it bumps it up to 880 megahertz, but also puts the kind of like the wattage threshold right up as well. So you have a lot better use for overclocking. One thing I will note, that is, even in Afterburner, the latest Afterburner, which pretty much unlocks any voltages, that's even locked in the latest Afterburner. But in the conclusion I'll kind of explain to you why that is anyway. There is 4 GB of RAM, as we all kind of thought. The board load power is up to 375 watts. There's 2 8-pin connectors, 1 DVI, and there's also 4 mini display ports. The rest of it you really don't give a monkey's about, because at the end of the day with our review that's probably a little bit further than we would have gone in the first place. Deep breath. It is getting late here. There's loads and loads to do, but what I'm going to do now is bring you in for a closer look at the card. And then we will start to get on with all the testing, and we will wrap everything up at the end. So yeah, this is prepare for a long video, guys. The next segment of this video is rated 18. Please only continue watching if you are over the age of 18 or have a consenting adult to supervise you. Full PCB nudity will be shown. Right then guys, after the public safety announcement, or whatever you want to call it, this is the first stage, taking the back plate off, which as you can see has some thermal pads around, because there is RAM on the back of the card. Something else I want to mention as well is that there was a sticker hiding one of the screws. When I removed it, we had a Void logo on the back, so you may want to bear this in mind, because you can't change the thermal paste on the cards or apply water blocks or anything without, especially on this power cutter model, being able to remove that sticker. So it's something to bear in mind. Pop the hood on the heatsink, and this is what we've got. 2 main vapour chambers with a fan in the centre with a large kind of heatsink array around it. This whole section is metal with just the individual GPU kind of heatsink stroke vapour chamber sections separate, with the fan in the middle. So you can see that. Now you can see the thermal paste is still on there because I'm quite short on time, so I'm trying to get this done for you so I can get it rendered and uploaded. But there is the basic card. Don't forget, if you want to see any bits in particular, just pause the video But that's it. That's the card all undressed. So that's the end of the nude segment. Let's crack on with some benchmarks. Right then guys, going to show you a quick look around the card on the bench rig. And then I'm going to show you an up close bit of footage, including the PCB and everything, some proper nudity. And yeah, but let's have a quick look around the card itself. First thing really is, even though the Rampage is EOTX, it still hangs off the end. It's well over 30 centimeters long. This card is absolutely enormous. If you consider that is the size of a normal ATX board, so about there, it's that much bigger. So anyone with a small case, it's not going in. Either that, you're going to have to get your jigsaw out. You've got the single fan in the middle, obviously sucking air in, and it blows air out both ends. They've kept the end completely clear. Well, obviously one side of it, but that's kind of normal. And then the other side is open, and you've got a vapor chamber heatsink on each one of the GPUs. You've got a BIOS switch just there. That's actually in the higher setting mode there, number 1. That's 880 megahertz, 1250 megahertz RAM, and the wattage is higher. And then you've got another one which is further down, which I believe is 820, it's slightly lower wattage as well. We all know everyone's going to run it up that end, don't we? 2 8-pin power. It has got a backplate. I know a lot of you keep saying about backplates, and it needs the backplate as well, as you will see, because there is RAM on the back of the board, which is cooled by that backplate. But yeah, that's your first look at the basic OEM HD6990. Right then guys, I'm just starting Vantage over there. It's going to start warming up. Now I want us to get over by the card. Now, BIOS switch is in number 1, it's not overclocked, and the fan is set to auto. All we're going to be doing is running 3D Mark Vantage. I'm hoping the camera is going to pick up that clicking. I'm kind of moving the camera about, so I don't know whether it's going to pick that clicking up or not. Listen to the background noise. Until I edit this, I'm really not going to know whether it's going to pick it up or not. But all we're doing is running Vantage. It's on the early stage, and already the fans have warmed up a fair bit. Fan's starting to click in now. Still only on the first part of Vantage. Right, we're on to the mid section, it's changing over now. can really hear that clicking now. Fans have kicked in again a bit more. Pretty much as the picture changes, you can hear not the tone of the fans, but the tone of the cards changing. Anyways, we're getting on for 4 minutes of Vantage, and you can already hear how loud the fans have got. With the card in the 888 MHz mode, like I said before, but kind of stock, but in that second position on the BIOS, P score is 9810, 3D Mark 11, and then we crack over and we can see that the P score in 3D Mark Vantage is 31,880, with a CPU score of GPU score, sorry, of 34,984. So absolutely bonkers. That's with my 950 at 4 GHz, but obviously you've got to bear in mind that it's trying to do PhysX as well for both of those GPUs, hence why the CPU score is lower. Right, time for some other benchmarks. Turn the light off there so you can see Fraps running in the top right hand side corner. As you can see, single card, the lowest I've seen in my other testing, well, just watching it then, sorry, I've seen 120, but we'll see how low it goes in a second. That's the end of Aliens. While you're literally sat there, I'm going to open Resident Evil 5 quickly. Don't forget to keep an ear on the fans. So I've not got the audio up very loud. I'm not going to do all of Resident Evil because it's the audio gets on my nerves, let alone your nerves. Right, that's enough of this one, guys. Right then, guys, onto the same, or rather the usual section of Metro. Keep an eye on the frames per second because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. The audio on this really does my head in. I wish that bloke would shut up! Shut up! Did you see the alien scraggling down the side then? Mutant, whatever you want to call him. You cheeky sod. Both barrels. How did I miss? You can shut up as well. Oh, hello. Never kill that one. Right guys, playing Crysis, absolutely maxed out, everything enthusiast. 8 times AA, which is the maximum the card can support in the game, and we're playing 1920 by 1200 as I always do. Listen to the cards, the card fans. I've only just started playing.
Okay, 2 soft tops up on the beach road. If you fuck up, they'll call in reinforcements. Following behind, I've got another soft top diverting onto the beach and an APC pulling up the rear. I'm also tracking 2 troop carriers and a KPA shock. But what the hell? Just tear up the whole damn resort. KPA trucks are pulling up onto the beach.
O'Neill, listen up. I wasn't planning on going solo. I need munitions. What you got?
Okay, wait one while I access their mill net. Got it. There's a huge stash of explosives at the beach bar.
Oh, he got out.
Present from Uncle Sam. There's 2 soft tops in the car park.
I was hoping to get a second helicopter, but I think I killed them too soon. No, don't want that one. Oh! going to get killed by the tank in a minute. Charge! No! God's sake! What happened then? Getting gangbanged. Is that helicopter still about? Bye bye.
Heads down.
Fed up with reloading. End of the level. Right, let's get this video wrapped up. Right then guys, let's get this video wrapped up. Just so you know, I've got Unigen just running in the background. It's not benchmarking or anything, it's just cycling, just so that you can hear the fans again. But let's get this wrapped up. Overclocking. With the reference card, leaving it on auto fan, starts to get really shaky over about 925 megahertz. So not a massive overclock really. If you have it over 950 megahertz on auto fans, it pretty much shuts down because of heat. The card becomes an absolute hot box. The front of the card gets hot, the back of the card, the actual cover that cools the RAM, that gets searingly hot. It gets really, you could cook food on the back of that. It's like the 480 days again. You can get it stable about 950 if you wang the fans up. You have to have the fans on so high, it's unusable. And the thing, when you have it on 925, one of the reasons why I've left this on stock and running is sometimes Unigen will freeze even with it at stock. and it's quite difficult really. There is a lot of heat problems there really. They say that the cooler can handle up to like 375 watts, or no, 450 watts I think it was. I really can't remember what they said the maximum that the cooler could actually handle. Well, to be perfectly frank, it's really not up to the job. And they say it's also got 20% more airflow than the 6970. That's generally because it's probably 20%, if not more, louder than the 6970. And that wasn't a hot card in the first place. That wasn't a quiet card, I should say, in the first place. Now, really, the cooler and the heatsink, in my honest opinion, is just not up to scratch. If you're someone like me that likes a quiet computer, it's got a Notcher HD14 or something like that, Thermalite Silver Arrow, warp cooling, anything like that where you want a quiet rig, this really isn't going to be for you. I mean, unless you're one of the kind of, your music's always up loud, or stereo, you know, your headphones are always on real loud and you're gaming, you're really not going to want to use it. Much less overclock with it. Just, it can't cope. Now the thing is, the 6950, the 6970, and now this, they're all the same. The card is loud. It's not quiet at all. I'm really not impressed. But at the end of the day, when it comes to performance, you can't really fault it, can you, at the end of the day? It is the fastest single card on the planet at the moment. Absolutely ludicrous. You just think, okay, we've got a card that's awesome, do you know what I mean? It is putting out the frames per second, although there is quite a bit of micro stutter there. You know, you've seen the frames per second dancing around a fair bit. But another thing that I will stress is this really does come into its own when you turn the texture settings and everything up, and you up the resolution and you're running loads more AA. That's generally when it's a lot better than other cards. For argument's sake, the 3D Mark Vantage scores, there's the extreme scores are absolutely mental. You can go to the full review underneath Overclock 3D. If you look at the extreme scores compared to the P scores, they're absolutely bonkers. Really does like it when it's being stressed. So I'd say it's probably, I wouldn't say wasted on a 24-inch screen, but it's definitely geared to be able to run more than that. But yeah, so the performance is pretty damn amazing for at least the time being. We'll see how we get on, see how we get along with it. But for me, the cooler is a bit of a letdown. Now, I need to clear something up before all the ATI fanboys start harping on. Last year, when the 480 came out, I handed it its backside because that cooler was just shocking. It just wasn't up to the job. Well, to be perfectly honest, I've got to say I really don't rate the 6970 or this cooler either. It's a bit of a letdown. Considering that they want you to pay 550 quid for this, and I don't care if it's got two 6950s, two 6970s, or two flipping NASA supercomputers in there. You can't expect someone to put up with a cooler like this in this day and age. I mean, yeah, I know they've pulled out the vapor chamber coolers like Nvidia used, but they've really not done it justice with the fan. I mean, that is the problem. It's the fan. The fan is the issue. It's just really not. It looks like they've taken it out of the 6970 or the 6950, whatever, because it looks exactly the same, and they've just chucked it in here, and hoping that those vapor chamber coolers were going to cope with it. And to be perfectly honest, lads, I'm going to say exactly the same to you as I said to the Green Boys last year. It's just, you should have spent more time on the cooler. This ain't good enough. It really isn't good enough. I really do hope and pray that all of the aftermarket boys, get hold of this, chop it about and put a decent cooler on it. And we're probably going to be seeing some big coolers going on this, because to be perfectly honest, it's going to need it. But I think that's the only way that I would honestly be telling anyone to buy this. to the point where it's not. It kind of sits in between 6870 Crossfire and 6970 Crossfire, and because of how much noise this makes, for the knock-in performance, I'd probably tell you just to buy 6870 Crossfire if you needed to go ATI. If you didn't need to go ATI, then I'd definitely be telling you to buy an Nvidia card, especially if you've got this much money to spend rather. Yes, it is quick for a single card, but the cooler, I can't get away from it. The cooler is a bit of a letdown. Yeah, I can't believe I'm going to say it, but I do actually find this disappointing, because yeah, okay, it's quick, but the rest just seems like it's been chucked together. It honestly does. It's not anywhere near as good as I was expecting. Yeah, so especially for the price, I definitely would have expected something a bit quieter. But I suppose really, in hindsight, I kind of knew it was going to be like this, and it wasn't necessarily going to be, you know, lock, stock and two smoking barrels. Well, nearly is two smoking barrels really when you think about it. So, awards wise, obviously I've got to give it a performance award because it is very quick for a single card. But to be perfectly honest with you, as far as anything else is concerned, I really wouldn't want to give it any. I don't even think it really warrants a bronze award, because all they're doing is the same as what they've done every year. They've just taken a couple of 6950s, they've chucked them at a board, they've kind of nailed it all together. When to be perfectly honest, when people have like Asus and EVGA have been doing this kind of thing for ages and ages and ages, when the actual brand that's marketing these cards can't do it and get the cooler done properly, it's kind of a bit of a letdown. So for the time being, my honest opinion is, don't buy it. If you really want a 6990, wait for the kind of vendor cards to come out with upgraded coolers and stuff like that, or if you're lucky enough to have water cooling, get a water block on it. It's really, in my honest opinion, it's not good enough for air cooling. And if you're somebody that likes to tweak and overclock and stuff like that, you're going to need water cooling. Otherwise, it wouldn't bother, because there's no kind of voltage adjustments. There's nothing like that. There's no kind of playing room. It's a fit and forget kind of card. Now I know loads and loads of you are going to buy it anyway because it's the latest big card and you want that EPing kind of spec sheet, and at the end of the day, good luck to all of you. I wish you the very best with it, but it's really not a card for me, and it's definitely not a card I'm going to be recommending to you either, quite strangely. And the worst bit about it is I've actually got a couple more of these to review that I know about as well, and I know they're all coming with reference coolers, so they're all pretty much going to be getting the same answer as well. It's a bit of a letdown. Now it's time for AMD to go away, realise that as far as the 6900 cards, they really have fallen short of the mark in a massive way. You need to box yourself off now. You need to get the cooler sorted out. You need to get these down to 32 nanometers, and you need to come back with all guns blazing and take the crown back. Because you need to remember that it was only last year that I was singing the praises of ATI and kicking Nvidia in the ghoulies. And now, in my honest opinion, quite rightly, everything's gone around and about because Nvidia have got the crown back. And to be perfectly honest, if the 590 is anywhere close as quick as this, let alone quicker, but it's quieter, you're going to have me saying that the whole Nvidia range at the moment is absolutely spanking. Now you might want to read a little bit into that, because you can kind of get a few things from what's on my channel at the moment. There's some hints there, but I can't really say too much. But the 68990 really isn't as good as it should have been, and it's not as good as AMD have been saying as well, because they've been skipping around this bloody cooler, just going on about performance, and I mean that's nice and quiet. And don't forget, this isn't overclocked, it's on stock fans, and it's just got Unigine running in the background. I'm going to quit Unigine. But yeah, it's really, that cooler is a massive letdown, and it's a massive letdown enough for me to tell you, give it a wide berth and wait for the newer ones to come out. So yeah, sorry AMD, just wasn't good enough. Anyway, with that massive bombshell, and don't forget this is my opinions, there's going to be lots of other people saying it's epic, mainly because they probably work for a shop or something like that, or they just aren't going to tell you about the cooler or anything like that. I mean, at the end of the day, this thing is all readily, when those fans were spinning up then, it was way up in the 80s. And I know that for a fact because I've been watching the temperatures since I got these last week. Really does, as soon as those fans start to spin up, it's way up in the 80s. It really isn't good enough in my honest opinion. There's not enough cooling performance there to keep that card cool and quiet. So yeah, my brain is fried. I'm not going to give you any more info and spinning around and stuff like that. We are going to be doing more videos. I really do hope that some of them later on are going to have aftermarket coolers and stuff like that on. I may even get a water block for one, just to be able to show you what can be done when it's cool and quiet and everything's kind of you know, kept in the way it should have been really. But yeah, with a disappointed head on, with a bit of a meh, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to sign off. Leave you guys to make your own conclusions now, but I would love to hear from you underneath. I'd love you to subscribe if you found one of my videos for the first time. Take a look at the channel, go and see the other ones. We've got quite a few competitions coming up as well. But anyway, for now at least, with the bit of 6990, it's not really brilliant. Apart from, I've got to say it, because everyone's going to say, yeah, the performance is great, the cooler is absolute utter crap. Yeah, anything I can cook my food on the back of it, and it still interfere with my normal day-to-day work. If there's a benchmark running, it's just not good enough, and the 6990 cooler just isn't good enough. Anyway, I've said it enough. I'm going to leave you alone. Hope you enjoyed the video. This is Tiny Tom Logan, out.